Hi. I've decided to take a little bit of a different approach with these videos from here on out, but I had to give a tiny bit of a backstory. Um, my mother doesn't always have access to internet, and she and I have not communicated up until yesterday for about 3 months. Um, and she's new to the computer world, and she doesn't have Skype, mother, which I'd really wanted to have set up so that we could have some conversations, but she doesn't know how to do that, and also the internet is up and down. But my mom wrote me in an email that she's been watching the YouTube videos because they connect to Google. So I think I'll start opening these videos with this particular greeting. Hi, Mama. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about all the massive amounts of construction that are going on in Zhengzhou. And when I say massive amounts of construction, I mean massive amounts of construction. If you were to come here, you wouldn't find anything probably older than maybe the 50s or 60s, and even many of those buildings are under destruction right now to make way for new buildings. I won't go into any of the the ramifications of those of this rapid change, and I'll just talk about the actual physical experience of what it's like to be in a city that is under construction everywhere. It's never quiet. There's always some sort of loud noise going on in different parts of the city. For me, I would hear drilling at 3 o'clock in the morning. And this also applies to within your own apartment complex. Upstairs, I don't know what was going on for about 3 weeks. I think they were doing some sort of remodeling, but the remodeling was taking place at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. And also it would start at 8 in the evening, then it died down from between 10 and 11, and then started up again between 1 and 2. I don't understand the work schedule. I think it's 24 hours a day, and that some people just sleep during certain parts and other people work. The way things are put together is just I just don't understand the building material choices, the choices of material that are used for the sidewalk. You have to be really careful here. You don't have to worry about, getting shot or something, but your chances of having an accident are pretty high. At my school, everything that is paved, like the sidewalk, the stairs, is marble. And when marble gets wet, you slip and fall. Every single day, I think I'm afraid of slipping and killing myself. And as a matter of fact, in my first week that I was here, I went grocery shopping, and I was with a friend, and she took me to this place called the Metro. And if you're a person that's going to move to Zhengzhou as a foreigner, you'll probably get the Metro. I guess it's the equivalent of a Costco. I actually don't have a Metro card. Metro's pretty far from me. And there's a Denny's really close, and I don't know, maybe I'd save money if I went to the Metro, but I just go to the Denny's. But almost every foreigner knows about what the Metro is. So anyway, there was one time I went to the Metro, and we had to take a cab back, and I got out of the cab, I grabbed my groceries, and I turned around, and I took one step onto the marble curb. And it had just rained, so that curb was slick as ice, and I just flew in the air and then came crashing down, groceries everywhere. And nobody really helps you here that often, unless they know you. So it's just, you kind of pick yourself up and go away. Because of all the construction, what happens is you're having all the dust just rising up, and you can see it on a clear day. You can see all of this brown dust and dirt just rising and rising towards the sky, and it's kind of a red color. And if you're in a high-rise building and you look down, you can see that just all of the ground level is covered with this brown dust. And when there's a day of pollution, which for the past week's been terrible. It's just been terrible. The pollution is just terrible. It's gray, it's bleak, it zaps every bit of color out of everything. The prisms have been blocked. The sun is just a fluorescent light bulb in the sky. So when this gray smog comes down, and then you have all this construction dust coming up, it meets, and it's just this. Wear a mask. I would say the pollution is probably one of the hardest things to deal with here. You'll have culture shock. There's just an aural difference, smells, standing out, all these little things, all these things you get used to, struggling with the language. Everything is something that you can adapt to, but the pollution is it's just really, really awful. And last month, it was just amazing. There was this month of beautiful blue skies, and all you had was the dust from the bottom. But this month, this month has just been, I'm just becoming redundant right now, but it's really terrible. I'm constantly coughing this stuff up, and my skin feels terrible, and everybody smokes here. So of course the smoking mixed with the pollution, you just can't get away from it. Yeah, Ma, that's it. City under construction, and I think this is happening maybe in most of China, trying to build more and more places and get rid of the old places. It's unfortunate that Zhengzhou doesn't have anything that shows the history of this area. This is one of, I think, the 8 ancient kingdoms was right in this area. I can't remember right now. I'll have to get back to you on another video about the history. But there's no evidence of it whatsoever. Apparently there's a piece of an ancient wall somewhere. But if you want to see any of old China, you have to go to Kaifeng or... I'm really tired. I can't think of anything right now. I would also say that the quality of the buildings is probably not of the highest quality. I think what is important is how fast something gets put up versus how well something gets put up. My school is considered one of the nicer schools, and there's all kinds of cracks in the walls. My apartment is only 10 years old, and the walls are splitting. And actually, my cabinet is off. Like, it doesn't go. It's like this. Wait, that's too much. It's like that. It's off a little bit. So every time I open the drawers to the cabinet in my kitchen, it scrapes against the bottom part of the lip, the bottom lip. So it opens, it scrapes. It's really bad. And even the doorknob on my bathroom door is askew, which really surprises me because that's pretty simple to do. But I just think people are just in, out, get the building up, get the next one up, get the building up, get the next one up. I think real estate is where everyone makes their investments, and so they want to get these buildings up as fast as possible. There's another area outside, not too far from here, probably going north, that is an empty district. No one's living there. So everyone is concentrated and living in these areas that are super, super dusty and dirty because everything is being torn down. And then there's these pockets of new development that are empty, with maybe just 1 or 2 people that were able to afford the property there. So it's really strange. And if you come to Zhengzhou and this is where you're working, you should take the bus. I think it's the BRT. You can get on this bus, and it's only 1 yuan to ride the bus. And you get on the bus, and it will go around the entire central part of the city, and you can just see then how much construction is going on in this place. I've never lived anywhere where I've seen so much construction. I made a joke with a friend of mine that China, with my Chinese coworker, I would tell her, I'd say, China is dangerous because of how many potential accidents there are. Something can drop on your head, you're going to slip and fall. One of our teachers last year did slip on the slick sidewalk and broke his arm. And when it gets really cold here and snows, they have to put down red carpets everywhere. It's just like, what? And this is my last thing on the sidewalks. The sidewalks are really uneven. There's these strange patterns. So you'll get like the outer edge near the curb maybe will be made with this really slick marble, and then you'll have more of a concrete, and then they sort of ridged stonework. And then on the other side, maybe you'll have a strip of this marble, and then you'll have some kind of brick that's on the ground that also gets really slick when you walk. So it's kind of like you've got to figure out which parts that you can walk on that you're not going to slip. And if you're a woman and you like to wear high heels, it is so incredibly uneven that it takes a little bit of time to get used to walking on the ground here. Now, it's a funny thing to talk about. Hey, come to Zhengzhou and beware of walking. But it's true that the ground is uneven everywhere. So you want to have some good walking shoes. But, you know, the Chinese girls, Chinese women, they are wearing like the stilettos, like high heels, or the wedges, and just walking around. But they're used to it. So you have to take some time to get used to it. I know that for some people, if you have a bad back or hips or something, that this ground actually can cause you some problems. You might just want to walk in the street. Everybody else does. Everybody goes wherever they want. But be prepared if you come here to see a lot of construction, and it's not a bad idea to invest in a mask. If you're coming now in the wintertime, there's the chances of catching cold, but with the pollution mixed with any sort of cold virus going around, you're just going to get even sicker. So that's it. It's not a very exciting video, but I just wanted to make a little something and say hi to my mom. Hey, Mama. And then I'm getting ready for finals, which is probably why I'm so tired. I have to write a final for school, for my classes, and we're almost finished with The Outsiders, and I'd say 15% of my kids are grasping the book, but they're supposed to be in the equivalent of a high school English literature class, so whatever. School's almost over, and I'm gonna have a vacation, so I will talk about that later. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well, and Mom, I love you, and I will send you some more videos. Okay, bye.